Have you ever visited another country where they spoke a different language? And while you were there, it must have been hard to communicate. However, when you returned home, everyone spoke the same language as you. That is not the case for people who are deaf. Anywhere they go, no one speaks the same language as them. You could say they live their entire life in a foreign country. Sign language is a type of communication between people who are hard of hearing or deaf. I've been teaching myself sign language since I was a freshman in high school. And also, when I was younger, my family and I learned sign language to communicate with my younger sister, who did not speak for 4 years. It is extremely important to learn ASL to break down a very prevalent communication barrier. A communication barrier is something that prevents us from correctly accepting the messages others use to communicate their ideas, thoughts, and feelings. Communication is one of the largest ways that we connect with people and develop meaningful relationships. By implicating ASL into the classroom, we can teach other students to be able to communicate with others that might not speak the same language as them, and in this case, sign language. Also, by emphasizing the importance of learning another language and what that means to other people. In a scholarly article by Irma Bale and Teresa Ruiz, they state, deafness implies diversity, and diversity in relation to hearing loss needs to be acknowledged, understood, and most importantly, respected. That is important because once we recognize the communication barrier, we can understand each other in a different light. And by learning sign language and being able to break down that communication barrier, it will be able to connect all of us. In another article by David Bruno and Uni Bai, they stated, there are 11 million people who are deaf in the United States, yet there are still not nearly enough people who know sign language nor have the ability to learn it or the resources to. Secondly, learning another language is a beneficial quality, and why can't that language be sign language? There's no reason why sign language should not be as available to students like other languages. Raise your hand for me if you took Spanish, French, or German as your foreign language in high school. I believe students in school should be able to have the equal opportunity to also learn sign language. Learning another language at a young age as well is beneficial and proven to increase intelligence and plasticity. Also, by learning another language, such as sign language, more importantly, is because sign language caters to more than not only deaf and people who are hard of hearing, but also people who are mute, autistic, and many other things. In another article by Angela Shinden, she exclaims, our communities are becoming increasingly diverse. Learning sign language will lead students to a greater understanding of people who communicate through different languages. This is extremely important because it provides a basis to really getting able to connect and understand people more. By a collective effort to learn sign language, we can break down a large communication barrier and create more relationships than ever before. Thank you. My name is Carson Collins.